Good morning, all of you. Meeting you after a long time. So, we have already started the chapter number 7, that is congruence of triangles. So, it has been already introduced by ma'am. So, I hope you are now knowing the meaning of congruence. You are knowing the meaning of congruent. So now you will tell me what is the meaning of congruence, or when we call two objects are congruent. When we will call the two objects are congruent. Yes, very right. The two objects we will call them as congruent if they are equal in shape and size. If we take two objects and they are having equal shape and size or same shape and size, we call them congruent. So when we are deciding congruency, so at least how many things we need? At least two. One object cannot be called as a congruent. When we compare two, then only we can get the idea of congruency. Okay, so minimum two object required. When we are going, as you have done, when we are going to just call two line segment congruent, so how many line segment we usually draw? Yes, two line segment we draw, then we measure the length. If the length gets equal, then we call them as congruent line segment. Similarly for congruence of angles. Congruence of angles. We call two angles to be congruent when their angle measurement is equal. When their angle measurement is equal. I am again mentioning, when we call congruency of angles, two angles will be congruent if the angle measurement is equal. Angle measurement, not the measurement of the arms. Not the measurement of the arms. It is the angle measurement. Okay, so ma'am has already told, when the arm, when something angle is like that, and one more angle is and they have given the value for those angles. If it is 60 degree and this angle also 60 degree, so you will be thinking the arm length are not equal, so they are not having equal length. Then why we are calling them congruent angles? So congruent angles means only the angle measurement will be equal, not the length of the arms. Angle measurement will be equal. Okay, so you may be confused when different length of the arms given, so you will be thinking they are not congruent angles. So when we are calling congruency of angles, we will say the angles are equal or not. Okay, okay. Now you tell me, so you have learned many new terms in this chapter, very new to you. So first we have already talked, that is the congruence or congruent. That meaning is clear. If something is having same shape and size, we call them as congruent. Okay. Next word you have learned, corresponding. Next word you have learned, corresponding. So, first of all you tell me, what is the sign we use to denote congruence? Or what is the symbol we use to denote two things are congruent? What is that symbol we use, or what is that sign? So equal to and this congruency sign. Now one more sign you have learned, corresponding. Corresponding. Yes, just recall what is the sign or symbol you have learned for corresponding. It can be corresponding angles, corresponding side, it can be corresponding vertices. So what is that symbol we use to denote two things are corresponding? Yes, very good. For corresponding, we use two-headed arrows. Yes, this is the congruent sign, this is corresponding sign. Okay. Okay, so here are the two triangles ABC and XYZ we have taken. I have mentioned their angle measurement. So now one by one you will tell me about corresponding vertices. What are the corresponding vertices? So I have already mentioned, so two things we require to get the idea of congruency or to get the idea of corresponding. Okay, everywhere you have used. Okay, everywhere you have used when we are just doing the congruency of angles. So how many angles we are just considering there? Two angles. Okay, so here also when we are considering line segments, so at least two line segments we are drawing to get the idea of congruency, that they are congruent or not. So two line segment we are drawing, we are measuring the length. If length equal, then we are calling the those line segments are congruent. Similarly, congruency of triangles. So here we need two triangles to determine they are congruent or not. Okay, so two triangles means triangles are made up of what? They have, or what is the properties of a triangle? What are the properties of a triangle? It has three vertices, it has three sides, it has three angles. Okay, so you can just state the properties. Now you can easily see, you have to get what are the corresponding vertices. So two triangles we are having, ABC and XYZ. So if I am taking a vertex in the triangle ABC, so can you tell me what is the corresponding vertex in the triangle XYZ? What is the corresponding vertex to A in that triangle? So here we can easily see A is this point, this corner or this vertex. Okay, so what will be the corresponding there? So you can easily see Y will be the corresponding vertex to A. Okay, now any more? Yes, we are having, what is the corresponding vertex to B? Yes, it will be X. What is the corresponding vertex to Z? So you can see easily, we are using the corresponding sign. Okay, two-headed arrow. To C, or okay, 1 minute. What is the corresponding vertex to C in that triangle? Yes, it is Z. Okay, so now we will talk about corresponding sides. Corresponding sides. So first of all, we are writing sides of this triangle ABC. Okay, so AB, BC, since they are of fixed length, we know they are of fixed length, so we are mentioning over there a bar which represent AB is a line segment. Okay, so AB, BC, CA. So what will be the corresponding sides of this in triangle XYZ? Okay, now all of you pause the videos and write down the corresponding side for this line segment AB, BC and CA of the triangle ABC. Pause the video and write and then match with my answer. Okay, done. So AB corresponding to YX, BC corresponding to XZ and CA corresponding to ZY. Okay, now As we have talked about congruency of angles, so there are corresponding angles. Yes. So what are the corresponding angles now? Now we will write the angles we have in triangle ABC. So we have angle A, angle B, angle C. Now quickly pause the videos and write down what are the corresponding angles to angle A, B and C for the triangle XYZ. Pause the video and write. Okay, then match it out. Angle A corresponding to angle Y. Let's see, angle A 80 degree is corresponding to angle Y. Yes, 80 degree. They are equal in measurement. So the angles are corresponding to each other. Okay, similarly angle B with angle X and angle C with angle Z. Now after that, after getting the idea of correspondence, we will talk about congruency of triangles. We will take these two triangles only and we will write how triangle ABC is congruent with triangle XYZ. Okay. Okay. Now triangle ABC. How this triangle is congruent to triangle XYZ. So here we follow the pattern. How we have written ABC, similarly we have to write XYZ. Okay. Similarly for the triangle we have to mention so that A must correspond to the first alphabet of the XYZ. Okay, let's see how we can. So corresponding angles, vertex and all we have talked about. So all the corresponding vertex to A or corresponding side AB we will write over here. Okay, so triangle. Now we will write XYZ. Okay, now the question arises, when we are writing triangle ABC congruent to what we should write? Shall I write XYZ or I must write YZX? Shall I write ZYX? And many more you can write. Can you write XZY? Can you write YXZ? Can we write ZXY? So there are different questions arising in our mind. What I should write? There are many possibilities to write XYZ. So what we should write? Okay, so here you can see, now you just match. If you have written what are corresponding sides, angles, all those things, if you have written corresponding vertex and all, so you will get the idea what we should write over here. Always what is corresponding to A we will write first. What is corresponding to B we will write then. What is corresponding to C we will write. Or you can just do what is the corresponding side to AB, that we will write over here. Okay, what is the corresponding side to BC, that we will write. Okay, so A. So let us consider about angle, corresponding angles. Okay, so angle A corresponds to which angle over here? Angle A corresponds to angle which angle over here? So A corresponds to angle Y. So we will write over here Y. Okay. Angle B corresponding to which angle over here? Yes, X. Angle B is corresponding to angle X. And what else you can easily write over here? It will always, this C will be always corresponding to Z. Okay, so when you will write this, so Z will come automatically. So another letter left is Z only, and Z you will see C is always corresponding to Z. So now we have done this congruency with the help of the concept of corresponding angles. Now you match where you have written about corresponding side, you just match up. BAB, corresponding side to AB you have just written now. Before that only you have written corresponding sides to AB is YX. You will see it will be YX. You can see in your copy. Corresponding angles to BC. What is the corresponding angle we have written for BC? XZ. So position will be equal. Okay, position will be equal or corresponding only. So in this way we used to write the congruency of triangles. In this way we used to write the congruency of triangles. We cannot write over here AB corresponding to XY. We cannot write. We have to write YX only. We cannot write XY over here. We have to write YX. Okay, so you can see AB, which from AB. Okay, so you can easily see it is from 80 degree to 60 degree. Okay, so we cannot write XY. We cannot write XY. Okay, it will be the opposite direction, 60 to 80. In this way you can just correlate. Okay, so we have to write YX. So in this way we have to take care when we are writing any congruency of triangle. So order should be the same. Okay, now we are moving so up to question number 2. Up to question number 1 of exercise 7.1 we have already done. Question number 2, the real life examples you are going to write down. That was your homework. Now from question number 3 we will continue. Okay, now we have already done in the previous session only we have done how to using the corresponding sides or corresponding angles we wrote that congruency of the triangles. Okay, just now we have done using the corresponding angles, corresponding side theories, we are able to write the congruency of the triangles. Now only we have done. Now in this question just opposite they are asking. So question is third number question of exercise 7.1. If triangle ABC congruent to triangle FED. So from before only they have given triangle ABC how it is congruent to triangle FED. Okay, so congruency criteria already given. Congruency how they are congruent, it is already given under the correspondence of ABC corresponding to FED. Okay, obviously we know if ABC we have written, it will be corresponding to always FED, not DEF. Okay, if it is already given, they are corresponding. So in that manner only we have to write the congruency. Okay, now they are asking write all the corresponding congruent part of the triangle. So parts of the triangle we already know, vertex are there, sides are there and angles are there. Okay, so those how the angles, vertex and side of this triangle ABC is corresponding to triangle DEF we have to write down by seeing this congruency. So previously we have studied correspondence, then we derived the congruency of triangles. Now congruency of the triangles given, from there we have to write the corresponding parts. Just opposite, very easy it is. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED. Now first of all we will write corresponding vertices. So vertex A. Vertex A is corresponding to which vertex in triangle DEF? Yes, A is corresponding to F. Similarly, B is corresponding to what? So every time you have to use the symbol. Okay, don't forget. It is not one-headed arrow. It is two-headed arrow. So while writing, you should be careful. So A is corresponding to F, B is corresponding to E, and C is corresponding to D. Okay, so these are the corresponding vertices because we are going to write the corresponding parts of the triangle. So in the parts of the triangle we have vertex. Okay, now about corresponding angles. Or okay, first of all we will write corresponding sides. Okay, so triangle ABC, obviously it is having the side AB, BC and CA. Okay, now it is corresponding to which part in triangle DEF? That we have to write down. So AB, so you have to see the order. AB, AB, so same order we have to take over here. FE, so AB will be corresponding to FE. We cannot write EF. If we are writing EF, then we have to write BA. Okay, now BC, now we have BC, so here it will be BC, so here we have to take second and third, ED. If we mentioned here CB, then we have to write over here DE. Okay, so order we have to maintain. Now CA, 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 so here it will be DF. It is CA, so here it will be DF, not FD, DF. And those are the line segment. Sides of the triangle are the line segment only, so we have to give the symbol accordingly. Okay, now corresponding angles. So now we have three angles of a triangle: angle A, angle B and angle C, and those will be corresponding to what we have to write down. Angle A, angle A corresponding to which part over here in triangle DF? It is angle F. Angle B, it is corresponding to which part? Angle B, angle E. And similarly, angle C will be corresponding to angle D. So these are the corresponding part of the triangle. We have just talked about them by seeing the congruency of those two triangles. By seeing the congruency, we derived the corresponding parts. Similarly, you can do by studying the corresponding parts, you can just derive the congruency. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Okay, now in the fourth number question, if triangle DEF congruent to triangle BCA, so there are two triangles ABC and DEF, and how they are congruent, so that has been already stated. Triangle DEF is congruent to triangle BCA, not ABC, not CAB, it is congruent to BCA. So from there we can easily write that DEF will be corresponding to what? DEF will be corresponding to what? BCA. Using the congruency, we have written what will be the correspondence. Okay, now they are asking what will be the congruent part for this 4. So angle E present in the triangle DEF. So angle E will be congruent to which part of this triangle? So you can easily see the correspondence. So from there you will easily get. From here also you can get. Angle E is the second letter. So here also we have to take the second letter. Okay, so angle E will be corresponding to angle C. Since here we are considering angle, so here also we have to write angle, because angle is correspondence. There is correspondence in side and side. We cannot find correspondence between side and angle because both are different things. We cannot find side and angle correspondence. One side angle means another side always it will be angle. One side means another side also side. Okay, so now they are talking, there is a line segment EF. So EF is already present in triangle DEF. So EF, so you can easily see it will be corresponding to CA, or we will write AC. It is EF, second then third letter. So here also it will be second then third letter. So EF will be corresponding to line segment CA. Okay, now angle F. Angle F is the last letter. So here also we have to consider A. Okay, so angle F will be corresponding to angle A. So last one you tell. Last one. DF. Think DF. It is in this direction. DF. First then third. DF. So I have to write first and third only. BA. We cannot write AB. We have to write BA. Okay. So DF line segment will be corresponding to BA line segment. So in this way we can easily get the congruency from the corresponding part, and just the opposite, we can get corresponding parts from the congruency. Okay, so I hope this congruency and correspondence is clear. Now one more thing which is already introduced, that is the criteria for congruency. Criteria for congruency. So 4 criteria you have learned. So before just starting the next class, before starting the next video or the next class, you just go through the different criterias. Side, then angle, side, angle, side, right angled hypotenuse side. Okay, so different criterias you can recall, we have done already, we have introduced that. So once you go through the meaning of all those, then in the next class when the 7.2 exercise we will start, it will help you. Okay, so your homework is, first you go through the criteria of congruency of triangles. There are 4 criteria, you just go through that. So this your homework, you have to read about side, congruency criteria for triangles, side, angle, side, congruency criteria for triangles, angle, side, angle, congruency criteria for triangles, and right angle, hypotenuse, side. This you have to read. So here you will see, just now we have talked about congruency of triangles. There in that part, when you will solve question on this criteria of congruency, so you will get different types of triangles. 2 triangles they will give, okay, and their values of angles or side they will give. Okay, now you have to just identify that congruency which you will write for the 2 triangles, as we have written angle ABC congruent to a triangle DEF. Okay, triangle ABC congruent to triangle DEF. So how they are congruent? By which criteria they are congruent? Either by SSS, side, angle, or RHS. That you have to determine. Okay, so once you read about them, then you just try some problems from 7.2 exercise. First question only you try, you will get that idea. Two triangles will be given. Two triangles will be given and few values will be given, either of the angles or of the side, or side angles both. Then you have to say that those two triangles are congruent or not congruent, and if congruent, they are congruent by which criteria you have to mention. And those type of problems we will solve in 7.2. Okay, thank you.